This week on Half Step Down, Renee makes an important distinction.
No, not a classic, but it's definitely a banger.
Jose does his best to connect with the youth. Bro, homeboy is thirsty AF, and the boys lose their mind for just a minute. The victory fist. Did I just say victory fist? Oh man, Half Step Down starts now. Take two. What's up?
Alrighty. Everything good?
We're going live. Let's do this.
We're going live, and Jose is eating, mind you.
Number one thing you're not supposed to do on microphone: eat.
No,
I take it
eat.
There.
Yes, and I'm actually kind of angry because you're eating, and I was looking for something to snack on. So I'm kind of glad I didn't, because then it would not be it would not be professional for us to both be eating, right?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Free podcast.
Free. Welcome everyone to the Half Step Down podcast, where we create a soundtrack for any given situation. I am your host, Renee Grano, and with me, as always, is Jose Martinez.
Hey, everybody.
You know, I just want to let you know that right now I wanted to say Garth Algar, but I had to stop myself. I had to stop myself. Jose, why don't you give the audience a little information about what situation we're getting ourselves into today?
Well, here's the situation for today. Sometimes you find someone special, right? Yeah, that lady friend, that boyfriend, someone you love.
Sweet.
And then the two of you, love is in the air. Then the two of you find that song that's perfect. It's almost meant for the two of you. It's so important to you that it becomes a part of your relationship. You know what happens next, right, Renee?
You get married and everything is easy peasy?
Fuck no. You guys break up and now you can't listen to that song anymore without reminding you of the heartbreak and the pain that was that girl or that guy. So these are those songs.
Oh, gosh. I'm angry already. It's going to be an angry episode. That's all I got to say.
Let's do this.
Let's make this happen. Okay, so why don't we just jump in? Well, let's just jump right in. I'm already getting angry, so let's just jump in. And let's talk about the first song.
Okay, so the first song we have on this list, guys, is Shiksa by Say Anything off 2007's In Defense of the Genre. Now, Renee, I always have problems because this is one I picked. And I always have problems with this is an emo song, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is this like considered a classic emo song, or is this just kind of like one of the many?
No, not a classic, but it's definitely a banger.
I have a question about this band, because when I was doing research about this, why do they have, this is not an over-exaggerated number, 18 past members?
I think it's the thing. I think it's Mac Bemis. I think it's or Bemis. I think it's Bemis.
His name is Mac Bemis.
Max Mac Bemis. No, it's not Mac. No, it's not.
This dude got his own burger. It's like Travis Scott.
It's the McBemis. Yeah, it's the McBemis. No, Max. Damn, fuck. See, now I'm all screwed up. So I'm angry now too. So it's Max Bemis. I think he's just hard to get along with. I would think. I don't know. I think the band broke up, and this. I don't know about you, but this happens quite often in bands where the singer wants to keep it going, but everybody else kind of like, no, I'm done. We're done. So let's keep bringing members in, right? And then just things happen, and even in small bands, like we've been in super small bands, but there's always somebody that can't do it anymore, so you have to get somebody else. So I don't know. I don't follow Say Anything anymore, but why did you pick this song, Jose?
I picked this song because I have a very vivid memory. This is not one that was like a specific thing for me, but it was for a friend of mine. I went to a Warped Tour where these guys were playing. This is a long time ago when Warped Tour was still a thing. And I remember this song came on and every girl in the crowd going ape shit. and every tank topped bro behind them trying to like do the thing where they're trying to be cute at a concert and have their arms around them, but these girls were all violently, and this is the only way I can describe it. You see it in movies all the time. When girls do quote unquote rock dancing, when girls are just kind of like shaking and swaying to rock music, you don't really dance that way to rock. You just did the little hip sway with the hand up, and it was just a sea of that. And I just remember like him just like trying to hold on to this girl who was just going crazy. They broke up a couple months later, and we had a really long conversation. He was like, I fucking hate that song Shiksa Man, but she used to listen to it all the time, and it just always stuck in my memory. Poor guy.
Yeah. And that's one of those I'm guilty of that, dude. I'm guilty. That's my guilty pleasure song. I'm not a big Say Anything fan.
It's a great song. I'm not gonna lie.
That is my guilty pleasure, absolutely. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick Say Anything story. So again, I wasn't a big Say Anything fan. I think it was more. This is nothing to take away from the band itself, but I think it was more like a chick band. Like it was definitely more. I think girls loved this band. Like they loved Say Anything. Something about them, they just loved them, right? So I went to go see Bayside. Are you the kind of guy that when you go to shows, and you know they're not the headliner, but you stay for the headliner anyways, right? You want to check them out or whoever it is, right?
Mm-hmm. So
I was gonna go see Bayside. I think they were either co-headlining or I think they were co-headlining. Well, regardless, they Say Anything. They were on tour with Say Anything, and this had to have been maybe 3-4 years ago. And I went with a cousin of mine, and I told her, "Hey, I want to go see Bayside. Do you want to go?" Sure. I think I'd asked you, but usually when it's during the week, I don't usually ask you because you can't make it during the week, right?
Yeah.
So she's my other go-to. So she goes with me, and we're gonna go see Bayside. And after the band's over, I said, "Hey, let's stay for Say Anything." I said, "I want them to play Shiksa." I said, "We can leave after they play Shiksa." Like, okay. And it was like the second song that they played, right? Yeah. But during the song, dude, during the set, he'd grab the mic and hit himself in the head with it.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, he did that a couple times, and I was like, "Okay, we can go now. You know, let's take off." And we were in the car, and she goes, "Why did he keep hitting?" She's not a fan of Saying Anything, right? And my cousin just loves going to shows with me. We're just big. I would think that you and I and her, the three of us, are just big show people, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell her, "Hey," I said, she goes, "Why did he keep hitting himself?" And I said, "I don't know, dude. I don't know." I said, "I've seen him at Warped Tour, but never really paid attention, right?" And I remember him just smacking himself with it. So that was the topic of conversation after the show.
God, you were trying to go all Iggy Pop on it, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't
know. Yeah. All right, let's go to a song that's going to make me angry.
Oh, so these are kind of out of order because when I made these up, but here's the one you picked. Okay. Blake Shelton with Gwen Sebastian, My Eyes, off 2013's Based on a True Story. Bro, homeboy is thirsty AF, as the kids say in this song, man.
Okay, so
there's got to be a story behind this one.
So here's the thing. So when I like somebody, and when I like someone, and we're dating, or if I have or whatever it is, I like to cover songs that they love on the guitar. That's all, right? And so I learned this song for them. And I really started to like this song. It was to the point where one of my cousins, he's a big country guy, and I said, "Hey, can you play My Eyes by Blake Shelton?" And him and I would sing it, right, when we started having too many beers in us. And eventually it didn't work out, obviously. And I love to hate this song because because I can play it on the guitar. It's such a good song. It's such a good song, like musically, that it bothers me that I still play it. Yeah. It bothers me.
I have never heard a more PG version of a dirty song in my entire life.
Oh, absolutely. This dude was definitely on the thirsty side.
Dude, he just guys like, damn, bro. Leave something to the imagination here.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Oh my god.
How about the next one?
Real quick though, is Blake
Go
Blake Shelton is the dude who's now dating Gwen Stefani, right? Or am I wrong?
You know what? I would say yes or no if I knew. I have no idea.
I know. This is we talked about it in the last episode, but my buddy Mikey loves Gwen Stefani, and he every time she's brought up, he goes, "That damn bass player, man. He had everything, and he had it all in the palm of his hand, and he let her go." Yeah, they are dating, but apparently they hit a rough patch. Crazy.
Cal State Fullerton alumni.
Blake Shelton or Gwen Stefani?
Gwen Stefani.
Oh, all right, cool.
Go Titans.
Go Titans, man. I know you're all about that Titan football? Baseball. You're about them.
How about that Titan baseball? Right.
All right. Here's my next one. So this one, Bright Eyes, Bowl of Oranges off 2002's Lifted or The Story is in the Soil, Keep Your Ear to the Ground. Renee, is this an emo band?
This is as emo gets.
Dude. This is like, right? This is like
it's the epitome of emo music, absolutely.
This guy, so I dated a girl in high school who after high school went into, there's a couple songs that I picked from her because she went into the emo phase, but I like to call this type of emo music emo for the big-brained intellectuals out there, because it's not fun to listen to. It's like emo for people who like French films, and I just remember like, are you really that sad, or are you just trying to be clever about feeling kind of down? Because that's what I think every time I hear this song.
It's kind of like Dashboard Confessional. I know that is emo at its finest, right? But sometimes I feel like he's a very intellectual songwriter, and I can kind of see that about this guy from Bright Eyes.
I just, there's a line in this song where he says something about compose a poem, and anytime someone talks about composing a poem and song, I just kind of like,
how did when you read it, how did you say it?
Poem, because that's how he says it. Because it's kind of like it's like, like sometimes you got to make a word rhyme, like orange, door hinge. Obviously, yes. Thank you, Eminem.
Thank you. You're the only person that. Oh fuck yeah! We can cut out. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Because nobody has ever said that back to me and knew that it was Eminem. Fuck yeah.
No, dude, virtual high five. That I taught Lincoln that orange rhymes with door hinge because of that. So he now knows. But that Anderson Cooper interview where he's like explaining, he's like, that really pisses me off. Because I'm like, orange, door hinge. And it's like, you go, dude. You are the rap god.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, dude. I thought I was the only one that watched that Anderson Cooper interview. All right, keep going. Let's talk about Bright Eyes.
Are these guys still a thing? I don't know, man. I just remember hearing this song, and we would like be driving places, and it was just kind of like, just feeling like, I don't know if you're trying to tell me that you're really sad that we broke up, because it was one of those things where we broke up and then we would still hang out, and like she would get really upset, and because her family would be going through something, so we'd be driving around. She'd be, can we listen to my CD? And he was like this, and like Rilo Kiley, and another band that I'll get to when we get to that one. But the other one ended up becoming one of my favorite albums of all time. And this is just the kind of thing where now that I know who they were, if I would date a girl later and she said she was into Bright Eyes, it would be like a major warning sign for me. And I would just be like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go get something from the cafeteria.
To answer your previous question, they are still around. They just released an album back in August 21st, 2020 to be exact. And the name of the album is Down in the Weeds, where the world once was.
Oh, Jesus
and that is
Christ.
the latest album by Bright Eyes, where the album before that seemed to have been back in 2011. the People's Key. So they were gone for about 9 years until they came back.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
can we really quick? I'm gonna pause real fast. Liam is crying. I'll edit this out. Just give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
Let me make sure that he's cool. All right. Sorry.
Technical difficulties there. Jose, is this the Bounty Hunter?
No. I don't think I have. I don't think I have anything from the Bounty Hunter on here.
So we're gonna have to say that story for.
That'll have to be saved because that's a good story.
That's probably the greatest story.
God, it was such a weird. I you know what? When we get to the end, I'll tell that story because that's a weird one.
That's a good wind down.
Let's do that as the wind down. Let's do that as the wind down.
Okay. Let's go to the next track.
All right. The Drums, Money, off 2011's. You're shaking his head. Portamento. Renee, you're a songwriter, right? You've written a couple songs. You've been in bands. Have you ever had?
Yeah.
Have you ever had this thing where you freak out about writing a song because you're like, God, they're too dumb, and I don't want. And then you throw the song away, and then you go turn on the radio and you hear like Cotton Eye Joe, and you realize maybe I'm just too hard on myself.
Absolutely. It happened all the time. I still do that now.
That is how I feel when I heard this song. I heard this and I just thought to myself, these guys are professional musicians. They're making a living playing music. Tell me the story behind this. Oh man, you look so upset.
So I don't like this song. I don't like this song at all. I never listened to this song. I hate this fucking band. I hate everything about it. A couple of these songs I hate. Here's the thing. This would have been a good Valentine's Day episode. We should have thought twice before doing this one today. But
well, we can always we should have thought twice. When we get to Valentine's Day. We'll come up with something better. Yeah.
So I went with this. I went with this with the idea that these songs are songs that I either hate because of the fact that these girls, because I just hate them. Yeah. Well, then again, I don't wish hate on anybody. The best revenge is living well. But you're an ex-girlfriend for a reason. I never liked this band. So this band was was a band that a girl that I used to date loved. She loved this band, and I remember listening to it. I said, I don't understand why. I don't know. And as we broke up, I said, I hate this band now. Right. Like
right.
These certain bands out there that just certain songs or certain bands that you just can't listen to. And then again, I never listened to these guys in the first place. But God, does she play this song? She played this band all the time.
Oh man.
And it was just one album, and I was like, dude, I'm done. Like, I hate these dudes. So that's all I got to say about that.
This is another band that I feel like I have heard their name tossed around by my more hipstery friends. Another band for the big-brained intellectuals out there. When I heard this, it's like I remember thinking, I've always wanted to know what Morrissey would sound like on cocaine, and it's probably like this. Yeah. I don't know enough about the band to hate on them, but yeah, this is one of those songs, especially when it got to the I don't have any money. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's the direction you decided to go with that vocal. Cool. Yeah. Like, you do you.
If the drums, if you guys are listening, it has nothing to do with you guys. I respect you as musicians because you guys are playing music. I love that, but I don't like you. Sorry. I'm sorry because I don't try to hate on bands, but come on. Okay, here's the thing. So we have a thing here on the show where we don't try to hate on anything, right? We respect. We love music. We're fans of music, and that's what we've done. That's our lives, right? It's in our blood. It's in our family. Now, I think that there are exceptions to the rule.
Right.
Here at Half Step Down podcast, and it's when it's ex-girlfriends, then we have a right to hate certain songs.
No, you don't need to explain yourself, man. I feel you.
and it's not knocking towards them. It's
Yeah.
it's just memories. I apologize that I hate you guys because I hate my ex-girlfriend wherever
Nothing,
she is.
nothing personal.
Yeah, of course, nothing personal. Let's go to the next song. I'm just gonna get angry as we go on.
So this one, the Postal Service, such great heights off of 2003's Give Up. If I told you that this is one of my all-time favorite albums, would you believe me?
No,
I fucking love this album.
really.
Yes, and it's one of those things where it was a the same girl that was into Bright Eyes, and she was really into this. And every time she played, it would just get like, God, I hate. Please stop. But as it went on and on, it became this thing where I'm like, I think I kind of like this band. And then as I started listening to the rest of the album, I just got really into it. And what this is this emo?
I would consider this not progressive rock. What's that word I'm looking for here? Let's go back to that. Let me think of this word and I'll get back to you. But no, I don't consider this emo. No,
they say it's indie rock or indie pop, but the album is beautiful. I do have a weird story associated with this band that I'll get to in a second. But what did you think, man? This song did get played out for a while.
So the reason I said, so we've never talked about this record ever. And the reason I thought you didn't like it was because of the theme that we're talking about right now. But I personally do love this record. I think this is a very beautiful record as well. I think the way they created this album is pretty cool.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the reason they call themselves the Postal Service is because they were mailing tracks to each other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's super rad. That's another title to the Alcobat. Super rad.
There it is.
And I personally love this album. This song was definitely played out, but I never got tired of it.
Yeah.
I never got tired.
This is one that I was willing to look past. There are a couple things with X's where it's like I'm willing to look past the fact that these songs remind me of you because I just want to like this song. I learned that ability later. But when we get to the Bounty Hunter story, she hated this record. She's like, this is so stupid. And I'd be like, it's good. Like, I really like it. But can I tell you a weird... This is so stupid. She didn't really talk like that. I don't know why, but I decided to go with that impression. Can I tell you a weird story that happened with me that has to do with this record?
Okay.
So I had a friend in middle school who was just this really nerdy, like would draw a comic book. Like he was a great artist. He drew me this killer Wolverine in my yearbook in like 8th grade. And I lost contact because I went to a different high school. He was like, she was like a little like, nerdy Indian kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I get to PCC. I'm taking a class in the summer, and the dude's calling roll. He calls my name, and then the dude's name was Raj, and he says, Jose Martinez, are you here? And I lift my hand, and then this guy turns around and looks at me. This Indian dude, and I'm like, what the hell? And he comes up to me. He goes, "Hey man, did you go to this Jefferson Middle School?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey man, I'm Raj. Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do, dude. You drew Wolverine in my yearbook." Homeboy was, excuse me. He had on like some sort of new metal T-shirt. He had on bondage pants, like you remember bondage pants,
Yeah,
like just dude to the max. And I remember I was talking to this girl in this class. I was not interested. I was literally just having a conversation with this girl. And every time me and her were talking, he would interject with, "Oh, you like new wave? Well, I like underground new wave." So, "Oh, you watch anime? Well, the anime I watch is more underground. You like these films?" And he just kept trying to like outdo me. And I'm like, dude, if you want to like try to hit on this girl, just kind of like tell me to leave. I'm not... Just do it, right? So I end up dropping that class because like it didn't work with my schedule. Move on. A couple years go by, and this dude gets a job where I was working. And I'm like, hey man, good to see you. I haven't seen you since that class back at PCC. He's like, yeah, whatever. And this is the most awkward thing that's ever happened to me. He's like, hey man, you want to go to lunch? Because we had a lunch break together. I'm like, yeah. We're in line at El Pollo Loco. He's looking through my little binder of CDs because that's what I was rocking at the time. And he decides, and I'm remembering new metal, crazy dude that I saw in that class. And he picks the Postal Service. And he puts it on, hits play, and he's like, yeah, man, I really love this album. It's really beautiful. Well, that's cool, man. And then he just kind of looked at me and goes, I don't know if I've told you, but I am bisexual. And I just was like, that's great, dude. And he's just like, just so you know. And I'm just kind of like, oh, is that where this is going? Were you not trying to hit on that girl? Were you trying to hit on me?
Wait a minute. Holy shit. Oh, that just took a turn.
And I just kind of like, wow. Now I get it. I'm like, well, Brett, I'm flattered, but no, thank you.
Like, my gosh. Holy crap. That I was listening and wow, what a twist. Okay, cool.
It was just like, and then I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's great, man. I'm really glad that like you're comfortable with yourself and you can tell me. But now I will always associate this not just with an ex-girlfriend, but the weird time I realized, you weren't trying to get in between me and her. You were just trying to get at me. Like,
oh man, that's crazy.
Like, okay.
Oh wow. At least you have an original Raj in your yearbook. That's
there
cool.
You go. That's true. I have an original Raj. I hope that dude becomes like a crazy ass some artist. Kind of like artist.
Yeah. Sweet. Wow. Hey, next song. Let's end it there. Go to the next one.
Okay, bro. World War III by the Jonas Brothers off 2009's Lines, Vines, and Trying Times.
Yes.
What's going on here, Renee? Please explain yourself.
I love this song, dude. I love this song. I can rock. I don't know the name. Nick. Scott and Paul, let's name them. I don't know. I don't remember the other two. I apologize for all you Jonas Brothers fans out there. I love this song, dude. I don't know. This is the only Jonas Brothers song that I know, and I don't even know all the words. I just rock to this song every time I hear it. And this in particular was a girl that I dated. It never worked out. It just I'm not even heartbroken about it, but she had mentioned, hey, I don't know how. I used to love watching the Jonas TV show on Disney Channel. Don't judge me, dude. You're judging me. I can see it in your eyes.
They had a TV show?
They had a TV show on Disney Channel, yeah. And I loved it. I was a fan of it. I thought it was hilarious because they have a little brother, and that dude was just too funny. And ever since then, man, like that was a song that just always stuck with me. And even till this day, like when I'm now dating my girlfriend now, I had mentioned that she had told me that she loves the Jonas Brothers. I go, well, I love World War III. And there's times where her and I are rocking World War III, and I'm rocking the lyrics and singing just like that guy. Yeah, that's right. I can hit those notes. I can sing just like that dude.
That's very impressive. I do like it when pop songs are angry.
Yes.
What was that? Kelly Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone?
Yeah.
That's a banger, man. I love that one.
You know what? I just love this song, dude. This song's good times. What did you think of this song?
This one to me, it just sounded like Costco James Brown. It was just kind of like, here are 3 white dudes that Disney owns, and they're going to write a song that's kind of like, I'm mad at a girl, but we're going to make sure it's in a major key, even though you're angry.
Yeah.
But no, man. Like it was, I don't think I've ever fully listened to a Jonas Brothers song. So thank you for enlightening me to what we're all about. But I didn't hate it.
I love this song so much that Shayla went to go see the Jonas Brothers at the Hollywood Bowl when they came back, and she filmed the entire video, the entire song, and said, well, they didn't play the whole thing, but they played about a minute and a half, and she sent it to me, and I still have it.
Nice.
It's great. I love this song. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
This is my guilty pleasure song. Josie and the Pussycats. 3 Small Words off of 2001's Josie and the Pussycats soundtrack, man.
Okay. Before you go on, okay, I'm gonna give you some information, something cool. All right, I want to say something about this song on this. Okay, so no one can see me, but Jose, I want you to look at me when I do this. Okay, so I was going through the Spotify list, and I was going through it, and then 3 Small Words, Josie and the Pussycats came on, and this is exactly what I did.
The victory fist.
Oh yes, I did a fist. I was so excited, dude. It's so funny because we are learning more about each other every time we do this show, and well, I love this movie, dude.
Okay,
I love this movie. I love the music, man. I'm sorry, guilty pleasure on my end. This is awesome.
So here's the thing. Here's what I'm salty about for this song. Okay, this song came out in 2001 in the height of full punk rock Jose, like green hair Jose. And at the time it was like, well, this is not a real punk song, but I secretly loved it. And I was dating a girl, and she wanted to go see the movie. And I thought, perfect. I have an excuse to see this movie because I got to take my girlfriend. Yeah. So I drive her and her friends out, and unbeknownst to me, we get there. Some other dudes joined us, and she's like, sorry guys, it's a girls night movie. And I was fucking salty about it because I'm like, no, I want to see this fucking movie. I'm not going to go by myself. Like, what's going on? So I get stuck. This happens to every dude who's like boyfriend, husband, where the women will get together, like the ladies will go do something, and now you're stuck with some stranger that you don't even know. And now I don't know how long the movie is, 2 hours to kill with some dude I don't even, like, I have nothing in common with. So it was just, I was always salty about it. But man, like, Rachel Lee Cook, man, I had the biggest crush on her in high school, man.
The biggest Rachel Lee Cook. And this movie, oh my gosh, she looked amazing,
dude,
in this movie.
And
one more time. Say that again. I didn't catch that.
And then Rosario Dawson. You know when I was researching this, you know who was in the running for that role?
For the bass player?
For the bass player.
I don't know who.
Beyonce, bro.
Wow, really?
Because you got to remember, man, this is 2001. This is before Beyonce became, the god that she is now. Yeah. But this was like Destiny's Child era Beyonce, man. But Rosario Dawson just had that energy, man. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna sit down and watch this movie someday.
You haven't?
I've never seen it, dude. Like, I never got a chance. And like,
Gabby, you and I are gonna sit down and watch this movie.
Oh, please, because I really want to see it. Yes. But this song, dude, I will rock out to this song. Do you know who? This song had 4 writers. You know who produced it?
Who?
Babyface.
Really?
Yeah, he was one of the producers on this one.
Interesting. Have you heard the songs?
Say again?
Have you heard the rest of these songs?
No.
Okay.
I gotta. Am I gonna have to do a deep dive?
You should listen to the soundtrack. Yeah, there's some pretty good bangers, dude. There's some gangers in the song. Yeah, dude. That is going to be that we are going to make that happen soon because I want to watch this movie again. So
all right. I'm all about it.
We're going to watch this. Yeah, our Game of Thrones group is coming back for one night only.
Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait.
Dude, I was so excited. I was like, yes.
I've been fucking holding on to this for 19 years. I haven't seen that movie. I was so like, what do you mean, babe? Like, you don't want me to go? No, it's a girls' movie, so we're just gonna like. So you just want me to sit here with Tim? It's like, yeah, you guys can go like hang out and bond. I'm like, what? Like, I gotta sit here at Johnny Rockets in Pasadena while you're getting to watch the movie I want to. I
think she got a good shake.
Yeah, I did. Oh God. All right.
I've been a Rocket since I was 15 years old, probably.
I can't remember the last time I had Johnny Rockets, and I think every time I have, it's because there's nothing else I want to eat. It's like,
Yeah.
all right,
At least
man.
you know a shake out of it.
That's true. That's true. 100%.
All right, next song.
Next song we got on here, Rooney, I Can't Get Enough off 2010's Eureka. I gotta ask you a question, right? What's the most expensive piece of clothing you own?
A Wonder Years sweater that I got for $60.
Nice. Nice.
A Wonder Years hoodie. I don't know. What is the most expensive piece of clothing I own? Yeah, probably my coat, my winter coat.
Yeah, good winter coat. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I only ask because this song sounds like the soundtrack of me trying on clothes in front of Marta and her telling me, no, that doesn't work. You need to get different pants. I had no idea Rooney sounded like this. I thought they were like an indie band.
I think they were when they first started.
Ah, okay.
They were when they first started. So I knew Rooney. I actually bought the first Rooney record when I was a teenager. Just listening to Blue Side or Blue State, whatever. I think it was called Blue Side all the time. And then kind of just fell off. I started dating this girl who had told me that she's a Rooney fan. And I was like, oh, I said, I have the first one. I didn't even know that they were still around after that. And she played the song. And, I really do like the song. I'm not a big Rooney fan. But this one always this is definitely on my playlist. You know what I mean? Like when it pops up on my playlist, I do get into it. It's a good jam.
Interesting. Yeah, man. It was not what I was expecting. And I just remember thinking, God, I haven't been shopping in so long because of COVID. But normally, like when we start school, I try to get like a new piece of clothing or something. But it just reminded me of, like a high, not that I shop at high priced fashion places, but just like shopping and like trying on clothes. Weird.
And Marta's very fashion conscious. So,
oh yeah.
So,
she basically dresses me, man. Like that's how it works.
Yeah. And I'm glad, because if not, you'd have cargo shorts and a band tee at all times.
I'm wearing cargo shorts right now.
Yeah, but you're at home though, so
I'm
that's
at home.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be the guy that would wear cargo shorts outside the house if you had.
Every time. They're functional and they're comfortable, and that is all that matters to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Next song.
Here we go.
Next song. Yeah.
The next one, Michelle Branch, Everywhere, off 2001's The Spirit Room. I was going to ask you this, but you already answered it. Have you ever learned a song just to impress a chick? Because the story behind this one is my buddy Chris back in high school learned how to play guitar just to impress a girl he was into, only to find out that she already had a boyfriend.
That's a...
And it was just kind of like, bro, you need to do a little bit of like recon before you invest in some time to learn a song on guitar, man. Like, you need to ask someone, has she got a boyfriend yet? I feel like, man, like I like this song. I feel like Michelle Branch had the whole Taylor Swift thing, singer-songwriter thing going like 15 years before Taylor Swift, God, was probably even born.
Yeah, but I don't think she had the fame that Taylor Swift has.
No, she doesn't. She just had that same vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Michelle Branch is definitely one of those. No, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I was trying to figure out a different way to say it, but no, that's you hit it right on the head. She definitely had that Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift was around. Absolutely.
You know what I feel bad about with her?
For Taylor Swift, right?
I'll say it again.
She paved the way for Taylor Swift.
There it is. I feel kind of bad for her because she was featured on Santana's album Shaman. Do you remember that album?
I do. Wasn't that with no? That's a different. The one with with Smooth.
You're thinking of Supernatural, the album that won 9 Grammys and featured Smooth, quite possibly the best song ever written. On our last episode, we talked about how Bohemian Rhapsody, we would show that to them, to like aliens, if they wanted to know what music sounded like. I'm going to amend that and say, Bohemian Rhapsody is the song that shows you all the potential that music can be. Smooth is that potential fulfilled.
Yeah.
Because it's quite possibly the best song ever written.
Oh, that's a banger. Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like the ocean under the moon. It is the sweetest emotion. But I feel bad for anyone who was featured on that next album, because they were just like, Homeboy won 9 Grammys. He sold more records than everyone. Everyone bought that record. And I don't think anything happened with Shaman, man.
Because you mentioned the 9 Grammys, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was something like that. I'm a big fan of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I think that's a very awesome record.
That is a classic, man. I think the difference between that is, I think in 20, 30, 40 years, people will be looking back at the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill as like a statement. I don't know if Supernatural is going to hold up that well.
No, absolutely not. But I was using that comparison because it took her forever to come out with that next record.
Oh, yeah.
And when it did, it was just very underwhelming, right? When you have an expectation, kind of like Shaman, right? And like the next album to Lauryn Hill, I think it's when you do something so great,
yeah,
everything else is just so bad, Well, I'm not saying that the Shaman was bad,
right?
But again, now that I was thinking of Supernatural, I'm lost. Now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to Shaman. But it doesn't. It's never gonna hit expectations, right? So that must be a bummer too, I would think, for an artist.
Well, the thing about that is like the Supernatural, that 10/10, I think I want to say that was like a happy accident, dude, because I cannot. Homeboy comes back after what, like 30 years of just being like an old school, like classic rock guy, to just come out with these pop smashes, man. Like I want to do I'm going to do a deep dive on the history of that album. Like what the hell happened there? Because every single song had like 3 guest appearances on it. So that's interesting. Can I bring up a point about Taylor Swift, and I want to get your input on it?
Okay.
I have heard this said, and I will justify it in a second, but I want to hear your gut reaction. Have you heard the concept that Taylor Swift is the new Eddie Van Halen?
Oh, stop it. Oh, stop
it.
I
like the gut reaction. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Oh, stop. Okay.
Do you want to know why people say that?
Why do people say that?
So, and when I say this to you, it might actually make sense. So I watch a lot of guitar players on YouTube, like guitar channels. Dudes who have like they like teach. And a couple years ago, when like Taylor Swift started really kind of blowing up, people started saying that, not in the fact that she's anywhere near as good a guitar player as Van Halen, but they talked about how, like, especially the older dudes, when Van Halen hit the scene, everyone wanted to learn how to play guitar. But now that Taylor Swift kind of blew up, more and more people are learning to play guitar, and more girls are learning to play guitar. A couple of them said, like, my lessons went from like 80% dudes to like, and 20% girls to now 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's interesting. And Taylor Swift is, I miss that old country bumpkin Taylor Swift. Those songs are just like, you can't be mad at those songs, man. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's funny you mentioned that, because 2 out of my 3 nieces are learning how to play guitar.
Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. One of them's getting really good, so I'm happy. The other one's kind of fiddling with it, right? But I think even when they get into their own, Yeah.
Takes
That's
time.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, it takes time, man.
Oh, absolutely. Let's go to our next one.
All right, man.
I need a computer. You do. I don't have one.
You need a what?
I need a computer chair. I don't have one.
Oh, yeah, man. It's a must. It's a must.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. How do you say the name of this band, bud? The Pastelis? How do you say that?
The Pastelis.
The Pastelis. Hold on, off their 2011 self-titled album. Let's say you and your lady broke up. God forbid. I love your girlfriend. Where would you take a heartbroken stroll?
The Pier.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I would probably do Downtown. I don't know why, but this song had that montage of like a heartbroken dude just walking around trying to figure out what he's going to do with his life. Renee, what's your favorite heartbroken montage in a movie?
I would probably say When Harry Met Sally, but I think I'm being biased because I just love that movie.
You do.
But I think that is because it's just his react. He's just so miserable, And then at the end, when he just goes and chases after her and finds her at this party and stuff. So yeah, I think that's my favorite montage. How about yours?
So mine is from the true classic, man. It's Bloodsport. After Chong Li almost kills Ray Jackson, and then Van Damme is just going around Hong Kong, remembering Ray Jackson just getting beat up. Go back and watch Bloodsport, dude. That is just about 5 or 6 montages of Van Damme doing stuff. There isn't even really a movie there. But that scene where he's just on the train and he just keeps getting flashbacks of Chong Li beating up Ray Jackson, it looks like he lost a lover. It is one of my favorite montages in all music.
I realized that. I'll have to go back and look at that. Yeah.
He just looks like, I can't believe I let Ray get hurt, man. Like,
so I'm going to tell you why I picked this song. Have you ever had a stupid moment where, like, after the relationship, when you realize, man, maybe I should have left when I was supposed to.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You hold right. Okay, so I'll give you a good one. So I was gonna pick. It was either gonna be this or "Stand Too Close" by Motion City Soundtrack. But I love that band too much to that record, the My Dinosaur Life, to even like pinpoint. Right. That's one song that's a whole different story for another day. But my girlfriend at the time had messaged me and she goes, "Hey, I really love this song. I'm really into this band." I said, "Oh, cool." I said, "What?" And I go, "Listen to it. It's a good song." I said, "Okay." So I'm listening to it. I was on my way to my buddy's house, and my buddy Paul at the time. And I was listening to it and I was like, "Is she trying to tell me something?" So I walk to Paul's house. I go, "Hey man," he was with his ex-girlfriend at the time. And I said, "Hey," I said, "Can I do," and his girlfriend was with him, his ex at the time. And I said, "Hey, can I play this song for you?" He goes, "Yeah." And I asked her, I said, "Hey, can you listen to this song and tell me what this means?" And I sent it to her. And she like listened to it, and I put it on YouTube, right? I had the lyric video. And she says, "Why?" She goes, "The girlfriend sent you the song?" She goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Yeah, I think you should. I think she's trying to tell you that she wants to break up with you." And she's I go, "No, that's not what it means." And then I lasted a couple of more months, and like, so I go back to the song. This is a cool song. I like the song, but I just don't like. I like it, but I don't like it, right? Because it doesn't remind me of that girlfriend. It reminds me of how dumb I was not to see those signs and say, "Why did I do?" Like, it's just move on. Move on. Just move on. Yeah. So that's why I picked that song.
No, I think everyone, that's just part of growing up, right? You have that realization, like, that was a sign. I should have read that and just gotten out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was just being nice. She didn't want to come off like a she didn't want to come off rude. So she decided to break it off easy 4 months later. But whatever,
It's only 4 months.
Yeah, let's go to the next song.
Oh, that's it, man. We're done.
Oh, we are done.
I think we're moving on. We're moving on to the recommendations.
Absolutely. So I am going to go ahead and say, before we go to our next segment, the weekly recommendation is every ex-girlfriend, I hate all of you.
Yeah,
there are reasons called ex-girlfriends, I guess.
I guess, man.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. The best revenge is living well. I said that earlier. I
That's
hope
true.
everybody. I hope you all are doing well because I am the happiest I've ever been. So there's no complaints here. How about our weekly recommendations, Jose?
You know what? In keeping with the theme, I'll go first. You had talked about forgetting. My recommendation for this week is going to be the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Did you ever see that one?
I did.
Yeah, man, that's a hard one, man. It's a heartbroken. It's got a lot of heartbreak. It's got a weird, bittersweet ending. But if you have not seen it, it's Jim Carrey plays a guy who had just broken up with his girlfriend, and he basically goes to a service that can erase people's memories. So he's trying to get rid of the memory of her. But it takes a lot of strange turns. It does a lot of really cool stuff. If you're familiar with Charlie Kaufman, who wrote Being John Malkovich and Adaptation, he writes some really out there screenplays, and he wrote the screenplay for this one. So do yourself a favor, prepare to be confused, and watch a truly kind of heartbreaking movie with this one.
You know that I agree with you. That is a definitely a weird movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely a weird movie. So to keep on theme, I am going to show to piggyback off fuck, dude. I was an idiot. That's all.
Oh, here we go.
So to piggyback off the last song that we talked about, Hold On by the Pastelis, and our weekly recommendations, I am going to recommend a movie called 500 Days of Summer. 500 Days of Summer stars Zoe Deschanel and our favorite Joseph Gordon-Levitt from Third Rock from the Sun fame.
Jogo Lev. You're welcome.
Quick. I actually think the movie is really good.
It is.
Aside from the theme that we're on today, I actually do think the movie's good. But I will tell you a little story about this. Before the Pastelis song, she had this girl had mentioned, "Hey, I want to watch this movie, 500 Days of Summer. I love this movie." I said, "Sure."
Yeah.
What, Jose? Why are you laughing, man?
Because now I get it. I get it now. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see where you're going.
So we watched this movie, and after the movie, she had said, "Yeah, this is a movie where you don't watch with like someone that you're dating or a boyfriend." And go, "Yeah, that makes sense." I go, "Yeah, that makes sense." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna take off now. I'm gonna go home." She goes, "All right, I'll talk to you later." And looking back at it, I was like, "Was she trying to tell me? Was she trying to tell me something?" Yeah, there was a lot of cryptic messages in that relationship, and again, I don't hate you. I hope you're living well, but you didn't have to be such a dick about it and just broken up with me when you wanted to. But then again, maybe I'm the dummy for not leaving when I was supposed to. Not picking up those signs, I guess, when they were supposed to. And I love baseball, and it's all about signs. And I guess I didn't pick up those signs I didn't pick those signs quick enough.
You gotta be tuned in, man. Tuned in.
Absolutely. Let's go into our final segment of the night, Jose. The wind down.
All right, man. So I'm gonna tell the bounty hunter story because we brought it up. So yes. I had been dating a girl throughout college. My first stint of college, I call it. Straight out of high school, I went to college and dropped out, but I had been dating this girl on and off for years. We went together for 2 years, broke up for a while, got back together for another 2 years, and we finally broke it off. Yeah. Oh my God, you okay? What just happened?
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Did you get like an electric shock?
Yeah, no. It's just so. Here's the thing. My headphones are snapping. They snap. They're snappers. Yeah, they're snappers. They're called little snappers now. So my headphones keep splitting, and so I can't move this one. And when I do, they start to split, and they like make a noise, and they fuck me up on my lobe. So sorry. I messed up Jose in the middle of it.
It's all right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So we had been dating for a while, and then we broke up for real. And I kind of took it hard because it was like we'd been together for a while, and it was just a bad time. Jesus Christ, it happened again. Oh my God.
All right, dude, just go. I'm done. I'm not doing these anymore. Go ahead. I gotta get some headphones. Guys, support us on Patreon so I can get some new fucking gear.
Now I'm gonna have to set up a Patreon, man. Now I'm gonna have to set up a Patreon.
To get some new headphones. All right, go ahead, dude.
Oh
God.
So I was taking it hard, and I'm like, you know what, man? It was New Year's Eve, and I just told myself, you know what, man? I'm not even gonna pretend I want to go out. I'm gonna stay home with my mom, the fam, just hang out, like just do it old school, like, dude, what's his name? Dick Clark's rocking New Year's Eve. I don't care, whatever. So I'm at home, I'm chilling.
That's tradition.
Huh?
That's tradition.
It's tradition.
That's tradition, though, yeah.
I'm at home, I'm chilling. I'm like, I'm fine. I get a call from her, and I pick up the phone like an idiot, and she's like crying. What
time would this be?
Had to be like 12:30.
Okay.
Like post the whole part, like everything's kind of going into either full party swing, you know what I mean? Like they're going out, and she's in the Old Town Pasadena, which is like kind of a hot spot and a lot of like nightclubs and stuff down there. She's crying. She got into an argument with her girlfriend. She didn't drive. She didn't really have. Like, she probably could have called a taxi, but I don't think she, like, knew how to, like, initiate that and wouldn't want to wait for it. She called me crying, like, look, you're the only person I know who would be willing to come and get me. Can you please come and get me? So I pick her up. We go back to my place. She's talking to somebody on the phone, and I end up talking to this dude. He's like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm just a friend. I'm just taking her home. Just relax. So we end up we go back to my place, we end up talking, and I find out, I'm like, well, who is that guy? She's like, this is my current boyfriend. I'm like, you're dating? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, and I'm like, well, what's up with him? She's like, well, he couldn't come get me because he's a bounty hunter. And I'm like, a bounty hunter? Like, is that even a real job? Like, what are you talking about? A bounty hunter? He's like Boba Fett? And she's just like, no, he like goes around, and then like and this is at the time that like Dog the Bounty Hunter was like a thing. So I just remember like walking around for months and being like, a bounty hunter? Like, where do you even meet a bounty hunter? In a saloon? Like, what are you doing? Like
1880?
What are you doing? Like, I was just like so far taken aback. Like, you might as well have said like, oh yeah, I'm dating this guy. His name's Gerald. He's a knight. It's like, what are you doing? Like, all right, like,
yeah. But
it was a weird night, and yeah, man, it took me a little while to get out of that headspace. But that takes time, man. That's all about heartbreak.
Yeah. You know, there's
excuse me.
There's two things that are guaranteed in life. There's something that we've probably heard somewhere. We probably heard hundreds of times. Taxes, death. Oh, three things, and heartbreak. Right? I mean, that taxes and heartbreak. Everybody, I just hope you guys death and taxes and heartbreak. And but whatever, you know, I feel that in relationships, you learn from each one of them, and it only gets better from there. Right? I mean, Jose's the happiest he's ever been. I'm the happiest I've ever been. So, you know, these cool little songs are just ways to remind us, like, I think we're better off now. So that's good. Now you don't have to deal about a bounty hunter. There's no prize for your head. Yeah. I think we're good.
To quote Swingers, sometimes you miss the pain.
Yeah. And on that note, everybody, we are going to give you guys some information on our social media.
Oh man,
guys, it's one of those episodes.
Okay,
I apologize.
Let's be honest, guys. So we're trying to get ahead. We just knocked out 2.
Yeah.
It's late, but here we go.
Oh jeez.
So here are the plugs, guys. You can find us online, halfstepdownpod.com. That's where you're going to find all the information on the show and the links to everything. If you're on Instagram and Twitter, you can follow us at halfstepdownpod. If you are on Facebook, go to facebook.com/halfstepdownpod. We're there. We've got a YouTube channel coming soon. Hopefully by the time we have this episode up, it will be ready to go.
It will be ready to go.
It will be ready to go.
Ready to go by this time, yeah.
Check out our Spotify playlist. The links are in the description. Apparently we're gonna have a Patreon coming soon, so we can get Renee's headphones going, but I'll get that information up. And then finally, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts if you like what you hear. And remember to spread the word using hashtag #HalfStepDownPod.
I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are.
Oh yeah.
We might do 2 episodes in there. We might be doing double duty today, but we're having a lot of fun. Absolutely.
That we are.
Yes. So, Jose, have yourself a good night. I'm going to put these broken headphones down. I am tired. I am ready to go listen to some more sad music.
Let's do it, man. See you next week.
See you next week, everyone.
Yeah, give it up for these guys. I promise you guys. Just so we're all